And we're on. So what the fuck? Why am I getting the? Shut up, you. All right. Now that I've been so rudely interrupted by my own ads, this is episode 18 of Sinister Sunday. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about what is going to be known as the crown jewels of our Metalhead, and we're going to be talking about some of our favorite items we've gotten, be it shirts, be it CDs, be it as Trez said, the little. But yeah, so we're going to be sharing that with you guys. If you don't know what the Metalhead box is, it's a monthly subscription service that has many different genres of metal that you can choose from. It has anywhere from doom to thrash to black, etc. There's also a few different types of boxes you can get too. There's the regular Metalhead box. There's the mini. There is a vinyl edition, and there's a tape edition. So lots to choose from. Lots of different prices. So it should be able to fit at least one of those in your budget every month. And it's well worth it because a lot of the items are exclusive only to the Metalhead box and some of the autographs. So definitely make sure you go to themetalheadbox.com and check them out. I'll be having the description box below post this stream. So look for those in the description box after the stream. And then after that, if we got time, we're also going to be talking about some of our dream tours that we look forward to seeing in the future. What band or maybe what combination of bands would be cool to see play together, or festivals we'd like to go to. So make sure you stick around and watch that. Live chat, make sure if you want to get any questions answered by the panel, there's the super chat option, which for $2 or more, you can get your question answered by us, and it also helps support the Rebel Sinister Sunday is coming, so that'd be appreciated if you would consider that as well. So without any further delay, let's talk about some of our favorite stuff from the Metalhead box, starting with Lord Husk from Husk's Evil Empire.
I got like 5 C's here, but I want to go over this first one. When I first got my very first Metalhead box, I think it was 2016, 15, one of them years, and I got this band with other 2 bands, but this is Re-Exclamation under the Serpent's Dogma. Pretty good. I say atmospheric death metal, but I could be wrong. But it is from the Black Market label. Great album.
Right.
If you haven't seen them, check them out. Great band. Let me get situated here. Next band, actually it's on top of my collection right now, which is a Paganizer, Land of the Weeping Souls.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was. I actually want to get a shirt of that, which they do have. This is a technical brutal death metal band, I believe it was considered. I have to look on the Metal Archives again, but it was band called Maze of Sulleth with Soul Demise. Interesting album and band name. And the other 2 is a funeral doom metal band called Skepticism, and the album is called Alloy. Pretty sweet. And this album and band's unique in a way. The band's called Devils. Album's called Infernal Metal. Great metal band. The shirts I do have with me. The first one I could thank Total Metal Rejection for this one, because he brought the name to me. But yeah, Skeletal Remains. Sweet shirt. Actually awesome band. Another band that I actually loved and I put in the collection was Necrot, Shadows, and Light.
Great shirt. I never got that shirt from the Metalhead box. Great stuff.
Now, some of you guys already see this a mile away, but I'm putting them in there anyways because it is one of the biggest bands I did and I still do favor. Basically, I got the album from my very first Metalhead box, Horror Bethlehem.
Hell yeah.
Which, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. They're a great, great band. So yeah, that was my little collection.
Very nice, dude. So what would you say are your when you get a box each month?
Wait, say that again?
What items do you look forward to the most when getting your box on? Is t-shirts, CDs, the knickknacks like patches and pins?
I definitely look for the patches big time because you don't know what you're going to get. It's like basically rolling the dice. The biggest thing I look for, I do like the shirts, I do like the CDs, but the signed autographs is what I look for big time.
Nice. Yeah, they're really cool stuff. All right, thanks, Husk. Please, everyone, do me a big favor and go subscribe to this Evil Empire. Great up-and-coming channel. He's been around with us for a while, but he's restarted as of the last New Year. Some new pizzazz to his channel. He's been doing great so far. So yeah, do my boy a favor and subscribe to Lord Husk's Evil Empire. Next, we're going to hear from Trez from Action. Trez, let us know what your favorite items are from the Metalhead box.
Oh shit. Let's see, from the Metalhead box. There's been a couple of nice items. I'm just gonna get through some of these real quick. One was a little bit of the exclusives, like this type recently from the Metalhead box, which I think is pretty cool. And been doing like little stuff, especially from them, like this Death to False Metal. Hold up. Little dog tag thing. Got the obviously the little pin that for the Metalhead box. Only came in, I guess, one month. They're gonna redo this pin, but pretty. As far as the shirts go, I have a couple of shirts. This is the one I mostly wear because I just love this band. This is Onslaught. Really, really cool. Hopefully you guys. But yeah, I just love this shirt because it goes with everything. I don't know. I just fucking love it. It just feels nice, so it's really really cool. As far as these with me, because I watch in storage. So the only things I have around that I just um, is these two vinyls because subscribe to the vinyl box. Um, especially this one, forever to um, actually pull the trigger and to actually look for this. This is um, it's like a I guess they say that it's like uh, a not black and death metal like Behemoth and all that, but really cool band from Nova Scotia, even though from Germany or Canada. But I think it's just a mixture between Germany and uh, um, but besides this being boom, um, I just love the story behind this. This album's called 1959, and it's basically about an incident that happened in Russia, in Siberia. Which this is an actual picture of hikers that got experienced hikers that all perished and died under circumstances. It's just fucking amazing. Pretty much the story is just to do it real quick and why I. Um, story is this group of hikers, experienced hikers, went to the Dead Mountain. That's what it's called, and they all died in some weird circumstances. Um, Once they found the tent, once they went to look for them because they never showed again. Looks like their tent was cut from the end, and they all pretty much in underwear and all like trying to climb trees and shit. So it was really uh, really fucked up. What like in 30 below weather. It's really there you go. Just show you guys. It just comes in a black vinyl, but really stoked. I really love this. Love this album. Here's a bikers that they found her with her eyes and tongue missing. Some stuff. I just love it for honestly has this really eerie foreboding sound to it. Really cool.
Nice.
I got is Bestia Arch. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You guys are familiar with my channel, I'm the butcher of names, but really cool. I was really blown away to see this in the Metalhead box. Really cool. It's just amazing. This is the actual artwork I've seen for this. Just really crazy black metal. I just love it. So for the two, and besides that, I have a couple more that I could just mention. Anger Rot, which is like a band from the U.S. that sounds old Gothenburg sound. Really good stuff. Yeah, that's about it for mine. I guess I have a couple more stuff, but them are in store. That's pretty much it.
Nice, man. Very cool stuff. Indeed. I'd say is your most looked forward to items when it comes to the Metalhead box? Shirts, CDs, knickknacks.
Yeah. Especially I like to see what they throw in. It's really hard to get these guys to put out a box and then get together with the artists who are probably on tour or recording just to get them to sign something. I look forward to that to see what they what autographs box. So I think it will be the autographs.
Nice, nice. Yeah, the autographs are always surprising. It's always cool to see who they can get to help them out with the box and the exclusive signatures they can buy. And so yeah, that's a really neat item that they always include in every box for sure. All right, so next we're gonna move. Oh, sorry. Actually, I gotta promote your channel. So everyone, please go. Everyone, please go subscribe to Trez from Total Metal Review. Great videos, pretty much every week, I think, right, bud?
I'm definitely trying to.
Yeah, and yeah, he does unboxings. He does a little bit of reviews here and there. He does collection updates, mostly brutal and slam and some old school death metal, but he also does like some black metal and whatnot here and there too. So yeah, definitely go subscribe to Trez from Total. Sorry?
And a lot of stupid shit too.
Oh, hey, that's what makes your channel unique. Everyone has to have some sort of spice to their channel that makes people come back every time. So definitely appreciate your shenanigans on there. Videos.
Hey man, cheers, thanks.
For sure, man. No problem. All right, so next we're going to move on to one of the newest Rebellion family members here, that being Matthew from the Green Iron Cannibal channel, who does collection updates, vinyl, CD. He's even got some stuff that people like to keep pointing out. But yeah, definitely go subscribe to the Green Iron Cannibal. Great content. Kind of in my opinion, highly underrated metalhead YouTuber on this platform. That you know, he definitely deserves more he has. So please, if you guys are enjoying my channel, if you guys enjoy Trez and Husk's channel, you'll definitely enjoy Matthew's Iron Can channel. So please do that. But with that being said, Matt, what are some of your favorite items that you've received through the Metalhead box?
All right, so first, with the first box I got in like 2017 or something, it came with this autograph here of Carl Sanders from Nile, which I thought was pretty great because I got to see Nile in 2016 open for Cannibal Corpse, and I ended up getting his pick at that show. So I thought that was pretty neat that the first box I got was an autograph from someone that I already got stuff from at concerts and stuff. And then a couple more autographs here. He is not in Judas Priest anymore, and he hasn't been for a while. But the KK Downing autograph, that was pretty neat. You know, I was blown away when I got it because I didn't know the Metalhead box had that huge of a reach. And then last autograph I'm going to show is Frank Mullen from Suffocation. He was a beast of a vocalist. It's unfortunate that he's going to be done with Suffocation here entirely. But whatever makes him happy, I guess. And then also, I know they've done this more than once, but I only have one. The Maxim Hardy Blood Pictures. I'm sure someone might know who this is. I don't know if this is him or someone else. I'm sure someone else would say, but you know, it's cool that cool to get one of these. I've always liked the dude's art. And then a shirt I got is a band that I don't listen to a whole lot. They're not bad, but it's just one of those bands that kind of gets lost in the rotation. The Horrified shirt. This is one of my favorite designs that the Metalhead box has ever had on a shirt. And even though, like I said, it's not a band I listen to frequently, it's still nice to have something that cool. And then CD. This is one that a lot of people I've seen talk about. Is Wraith with Heed the Warning. Came out last year on World War Now Records. They are blackened thrash from Illinois, I believe, in the United States. Kind of along the lines of Toxic Holocaust. So if definitely like that, definitely check this one out. It made my year-end list, like the number 9 spot last year. It's an incredible album. And then I don't know if I could zoom in at all, probably not. But that Slayer pin that I have hanging right there, that one was a pretty cool one.
The little tape,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then keeping with, yep, definitely. And then ever since I have them hanging on my wall, but the Slayer, or not Slayer, but the pins that we've been getting the last few boxes, those are pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
And you can see the
the
socks
pins
and the
too. Yes.
band.
Yeah, the pins are a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I always look forward to getting those. I mean, I don't really do much with them, but it's still a neat thing to have.
Yep. Even the cards that it come with, just the artwork behind where the pins come with, is just fucking awesome too.
Oh,
yeah. Those pins are really cool.
Yeah, that's why I have them hanging up on my walls, because I don't want to take them off the back.
Pins come with is just fucking awesome. Yeah, nice. But you should. That's why I have them hanging up on my walls, because I don't want to take them off the back. It's just fucking awesome. Yeah. But you should. That's why I have them hanging up on my walls, because I don't want to take them off the back. It's just fucking awesome.
But you're feeding back there, Jax.
Huh? Oh, hey. All right. Yeah, it's really windy out here, so if I get disconnected or something, I am so sorry because the lights have been flickering, so I don't even know what's going on. But I just wanted to come in and join in real quick and said, hey.
No worries. Saying that I think your mic was feeding back some of the other channels or something there for a second. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, it's off already. Is it good now?
Yeah, I think it's good now. I don't.
Itself.
Okay. Sorry if I interrupted. Carry on. I'll listen.
It's all good. I think that's everything that I wanted to show too. So
Yeah,
CDs
I don't know if
up.
you guys can hear me because I got thrown off for some reason. No.
We're missing a person. Wasn't there like another person?
Yeah, Lord Husk, he got disconnected.
Yeah, Husk
or
is.
something. There he is.
There he comes.
Yeah, it seems like the weather has been fucking with all of our recently. I don't know if it's a connection problem with Lord Husk. I know his camera likes to give him some guff every now and then, though. So glad to have him back, though. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can
before
hear
you
me.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, says off air or whatever. But all right.
Actually, I might turn you up a bit on my end. Actually, hold on. Not too much though. You're pretty good for the most part.
Oh, the last thing I was saying.
All right. All right. So let's. I guess get what are, or what you look forward to the most. Sorry, when getting the Metalhead box, Matt. Like, is it the T-shirts? Is it CDs? Or is it the knickknacks?
I like all the little knickknacks, especially since we've been getting those pins in every single box. Even though I haven't been subscribed the last couple months, so I've only got 2 of the pins. I still think that's pretty neat that they're throwing that in. And then the music as well, because always into hearing new bands.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Matt. Jax. Since you're here with us, if you guys don't know Jax yet, she has her own channel called Jax Be the Ripper. Shares pretty much what we do, but on top of that, she also does episodes called Metal Around the World, where she tries to introduce you to different bands that you've heard about from obscure countries and stuff like that from around the world, as the title implies. So that's kind of neat too. She also used to do like tutorials and like bath bomb things, I think, as well. So if you're into the girly stuff, or you are a girl, maybe, and things like that too. So definitely give her channel a look-see and subscribe if you enjoy her content. But what are some of your most prized items from the Metalhead box?
Okay, so if you guys don't remember, like first I thought I was gonna move, so I packed a lot of half of my shit away, and it's still in the garage, so I don't really have them all out with me. I wish I did. So I'm trying to remember. So I'm just like right now that on the top of my head, I could think of my t-shirt. So the Horna one that I got. Obviously, I love the shit out of that one. And the Death Wish one. That one, especially because that's like kind of a well-known band around here, because like there's a lot of thrashers and all that around here in Los Angeles. So that one I love. That one was epic. I love that shirt. And as the CDs from right now, unfortunately, this is the only one I've been listening to the most right now, the Bane one. I even started my Metal Monthly favorites. And the little it used to be the shirt that I used to look forward to a lot. But I have to go with the whole knickknack things. Like even though I wasn't a big fan of the gloves that they send us, I still like them in a way. Like I wasn't a big fan, but yet I still appreciate it. I don't know how to explain that. And then the beanies, but I think the beanies we get that like once a year, right? Like in December. And the pins are just epic. I have people trying to buy my my King Diamond one. I'm like, no. But yeah, that's basically right now the top of my head what I could think of, and that's what I wanted to share. Because like I said, a lot of my stuff is still packed and I haven't gotten them out.
No worries. I know not everyone's able to be like super duper free Sunday. And I know that we're not even sure if we can even make it half the time due to scheduling and work, or even just internet connections, so technical, issues sometimes. So no worries there. It's nice to hear, a female's perspective on it, though. If that, I know you try to promote kind of like anti-segregation between male and female when it comes to band stuff like that. So maybe that's not the best example.
I'm just a metalhead. That's what it is. That's just what it is. I'm just a person who likes heavy metal music in general, and I'm always wanting to learn more. So that's what it is.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. But yeah, no. They are always interesting when it comes from the Metalhead box. You never really know what you're going to get. I mean, they go anywhere from patents to buttons to like wristbands or gloves or beanies. So they're, for the most part, fairly season oriented. Like, you're probably not going to receive a beanie in the middle of summer, and they're probably not provide a tank top in the middle of winter. So they're pretty good that way. But yeah, it's always interesting to see what you're potentially going to get. It's not super duper predictable, because I guess that would probably get kind of boring. And yeah, their exclusive items are always really nice. Once again, definitely go check out Jax's channel, Jaxby the Ripper. He has excellent content and definitely deserves the subscribers. So yeah, I guess I'll just talk about some of the stuff that I think was really, really cool from the middle. I'm not able to subscribe every single month. When I can, save up my shekels and purchase a box, I will, because I feel they deserve it. But from the boxes that I have gotten, I guess I'll start with the T-shirts. And one Jax already mentioned, but I'm going to show it anyways. But that's the Horna shirt. That's a really, really, really cool design. And honestly, they're just some really, really good black metal. Now, I do prefer the Sargeist, but Horna is definitely one of those underrated kind of black metal bands that I think it passed over quite a bit by people that are just pick up like the big name second wave black metal bands, or they're trying to go super obscure. And Horna is kind of somewhere in between. They're not really like the big name black metal bands, but they're also not like your Almighty Satan's Penis bands, like just really obscure one-man projects. So if you haven't heard of Horna, check them out, obviously. It's kind of like war metal, blackened death, whatever you want to call it. But this was one of my favorite shirts that I got. Goat shirt from one of the earlier boxes, I think. Really, really good band. I need to get way more fucking albums by them. I only have, I think, The Light Devouring Darkness or something. But yeah, excellent kind of black metal and death metal riffs, excellent vocals that you don't really normally hear in black metal. And the shirt, the red logo and the white Baphomet is pretty sick. I can't remember who it was, but I remember seeing in the Metalhead box trade group, which, by the way, are subscribed to the Metalhead box and get an item that isn't really your style. You can go to the Metalhead box trade group and find another subscriber who has an item that you might want to do business with or trade with, and possibly get in your the better. Definitely go check out the Metalhead box trade group on Facebook. I'll have a link in the description box below after the stream here. Really glad to have that. The shirts in this are amazing. I'm going to show off one more shirt. I'm kind of wearing it though, and that is the Lich King shirt. Now, Lich King are, in my opinion, a great thrash band from the U.S. They're for me, since I'm Canadian, their CDs are expensive as fuck to get, but I still really enjoy them. I mean, hell, I even got a pack vest. But if you can stand the kind of weird vocals they have, their riffs are amazing, thrash. If you like cheesy kind of party themed like lyrics and stuff, they're also pretty good that way. But yeah, their shirts are definitely something I look forward to whenever I do get a box. But one of the main reason people do get these boxes is for the music. So let's talk about the music. Now I'm going to show off something I didn't get in the box, but was, I guess, included in one of the boxes. It's kind of like an option that you could get. But I'm talking about Human Bodies from, I think, Cincinnati, but don't crucify me if I'm wrong. But yeah, great fucking black metal band that's got a little bit of like crust elements, I think, and a little bit of like elements to it. Very raw, very lo-fi, venomous, angry band. Once again, I didn't get this in the Metalhead because I got this like probably half a year before it, but this is one of the items that did come in, one of the boxes. So that's kind of like a mention. Another one that's really, really good that I wanted to do a review for, but for whatever reason never got around to it, was this, Ancalagon. This is a really, really good black metal band from the Black Market Metal label. And the Black Market Metal label puts out a lot of great stuff. And they appear quite frequently in the Metalhead box. So yeah, this is great find. Really just strong riffs, strong vocals, great drumming, and I am doing a riff, but never got around to it. So I'll probably see if I can't remember to do it sometime in the future. But yeah, definitely glad to get this. And that's another thing too with the Metalhead box. It's always just kind of like one of those boxes where you don't know what's coming. It's a mystery box, so you don't know what's coming. But if you're a fan of mystery boxes, you'll get it and you'll understand it. If you're not a fan of not knowing where money, probably not, i.e., don't bitch about it. So yeah, I'm always happy to discover new bands. I'm always happy to find that I would have never found otherwise. And one of those bands is this. This is blurry as hell. This is Cats with Gergovia. Probably another one I could have done a review on, but just never really got around. Kind of like folky black metal. I guess you'd consider it pagan black metal. I don't know. Is pagan and folk black metal different? But this was definitely one I treasure from the Metalhead box. Great album, and it's kind of flies under the radar because the art was kind of brown and dark and unassuming, so you wouldn't really think that this would be all that amazing just from the cover alone. But man, it has some of the craziest riffs and some of the most epic songs. So yeah, I was definitely glad to get Catavolcus in there, and now I have a new favorite, black metal band. Another one is Haunting Presence. Great logo, just dark, grim, and also put out on Tour de Garde, which is an amazing Canadian underground black metal distro from Quebec. Tour de Garde puts out some really, really good stuff. To see that they teamed up with the Metalhead box for this release with Haunting Presence Haunting Depths with Death's Sacred Fire. Fantastic stuff. Highly recommend it. It's really dark, grim, venomous black metal. Haunting, hence the name. Definitely another treasure or a crown jewel from the Metalhead box. And the last year is one that, if you know Air Noctis, who is another YouTuber on here, Metalhead YouTuber, goes off some very tongue-in-cheek, very rare black metal, and this is one that he's been praising quite a bit. This is Canadian and Pagan Hellfire with In the Path to Triumph. These guys just rip. They're aggressive, very just pummeling, heavy black metal, semi-raw, but not too super duper raw. But definitely glad to see some Canadian black metal get some love in the Metalhead box. I was considering between this Thanafaxis releases, but no, I feel like Pagan Hellfire is just a teeny bit better and definitely deserves the praise. So yeah, glad to get a Pagan Hellfire album in there. So other than that, this is also a prized one, and I know not many people really care too much about this band, but to me, Toxic Holocaust, for obvious reasons, is one of my favorite thrash bands, and they included the signature by Joel Grind on it. Fucking awesome stuff. Definitely going to be getting way more Toxic Holocaust in the future. He's also been saying that he's working on a new album for Toxic Holocaust, and maybe even a new Yellow Goat album, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, I'm
Try
bummed
not
I
to
missed
draw
that autograph. It's one of the ones I really wish I had gotten.
Yeah, that's really shiny now for some reason. I actually got from Classy Lonnie Metal, so if it wasn't for Lonnie, I wouldn't have got that one because I didn't get the Metalhead box that actually included that autograph. So thanks again to Classy Lonnie, who's also a Rebellion family member, because he's not all that into thrash. So it's good to have friends, folks. Which is, if anyone knows, but that's kind of the reason why I started the Rebellion family, because there's so much negativity online, and there's so many people, community, that are like at each other's throats. It's a very like mean girls, you can't sit with us attitudes sometimes. And you know, I decided to cast my net out and try to collect a bunch of like-minded individuals who, instead of tearing each other down, would come together and build each other up and help support each other's channels, because you know that's how you grow as a proper community and as a proper kind of system in place, where as humans we too much on each other on our way up to success. I wanted to build a group of individuals who felt it's best to lift each other up instead and kind of succeed together. And that's why the Rebellion is a thing. So I appreciate all of you guys in the panel. Not to get cheesy or anything, but just to kind of show people out there that there's, besides stepping all over each other, shitting all over each other just to get to the top of your game, you do better hack. Sort of like horror movies. Like once they all split up, they're fucked. But if they stay together, they can succeed and overcome the killer. So yeah. Besides that, and me getting sappy, they're knickknacks from the Metalhead box. Wrong fucking lapel. But yeah, like pins, like Sodom here, the dude from In the Sign of Evil. Excellent stuff. I think they have.
Autopsy was nice.
Yeah.
Autopsy was very good.
Yeah. Really cool stuff. But I also have a big old first battle jacket here. Kind of throw it home. The fact that I love their pins. I got a pin here. The Metalhead box pin. I'm not into Slayer, but I like the tape, so it's on there. And then the horns pin that they come with. So lots of really cool stuff. And of course, if I can flip this around, they're the Metalhead in one of them. So very, very neat that they include their own branding there to help promote their stuff, which know, I was happy to receive, because I know they've been getting requests for like Metalhead box logo pins and patches and stuff like that. So it's kind of neat that they took a chance and actually made, because sometimes we want to get things made, but without a proper supply and demand, things that you want to get made probably won't make a good money return back if you don't have the demand for them. So it's neat that they took a chance and actually listened to the fans and supporters and made like Metalhead brand or Metalhead box brand stuff. So yeah, in my opinion, since kind of like the music is kind of given about getting these Metalhead box things, the shirts on top of it, and the random patches, and was definitely with it, especially if it's like a pin or a patch of your favorite band that you haven't gotten yet. It's like, sweet, now instead of having to spend like $15 on eBay or like whatever, I just got it for free in my Metalhead box. So that's awesome. And yeah, if you can afford a Metalhead box, it's definitely worth it, because one, the exclusive items that you don't get anywhere else, and basically, you know, one T-shirt and one CD is pretty much the cost of a box anyways, plus shipping. So really, all the extra there is worth the value. But yeah, that's all I have to show for my kind of crown jewels from the Metalhead box. Is there anything else that you guys think they could start including in the Metalhead box they haven't already? Is there any?
It would be cool if they could add in phone cases, since everybody loves to like have like those decked out phone cases. But the problem is, not everybody's gonna have an iPhone or a Samsung or any of those. So that's like, I can see how that would be difficult.
I think the only
Yeah,
thing
you'd have to have.
I don't know if they did do it. They had like that, like to hold the phone that pops out.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about that.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that they've put out as far as phone stuff.
Yeah, the one I got, I just stuck that on the side of one of my CD shelves. I have the Death to False Metal tag hanging off of it.
I mean, I don't know what else you could. I mean, they included a bunch of stuff from. We even got like coffee at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. It came with like a mug. We've gotten mugs too. That King Diamond one was pretty awesome. Time for tea. We got a fidget spinner at one point too, which is pretty cool. Kept my cats entertained for years. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I still use that thing at work. Love it. We got like candles as well, like little Baphomet pentagram candle, which is pretty nice. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, besides the little knickknacks and that thing, I did use it. That little pouch thing that you could put like beverages. Yeah, I snuck some Jack and Coke and that shit, and for a show. So yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit
They could
came
add
in
in
handy.
like a flash or something.
Yeah, no, it actually works. So not bad. Security wasn't bitching about it, so yeah, it came in handy.
Nice. Still want to keep talking about the Metalhead box for at least another 10 minutes. So I guess what boxes have you guys gotten, and what boxes would you like to try out instead of the box that you normally get? Let's start with Lord Husk here. What boxes have you gotten, and what boxes would you like to try?
I've been with the all metal box for shit, like my whole, basically when I first started. Recently I have started the death metal box, and personally I prefer that box more, because I feel like because I'm a big fan of death metal itself. I mean, if you haven't noticed, wearing my favorite Brutal Death Metal hat. Yeah, I say death metal is the biggest genre I have decided to go with. As Egg and me talked about it after last stream was over, and he says I felt more live, I felt more ecstatic about it. So big, huge shout out to him as well. As Exhibits, check his channel out. And but yeah, I prefer the death metal box because
All right, cool.
Melissa always posted pictures of the band Master, the CDs and stuff, and I'm glad I got that shirt.
And if you ever had to make a change to your box in the future, whether it be the genre or the which one do you think you would lean towards? Would it be different genre, or do you think it would be like tape or vinyl?
I think it would be honestly genre. The next genre I probably would go with would technically either be between doom metal and thrash metal.
Cool, cool. All right. Thanks, Husk. Let's go to left. I guess probably your guy's right, but my left with Jax here. What boxes have you gotten in the past, and what boxes would you like to get in the future that are different?
First, I started out with, since my taste in metal is like all over the place, I started off with the power metal one, but then I was like, no, I want to try like, you know, the all metal one. But the problem with the all metal one, I noticed with me, I don't know anybody else notices, I get nothing but black metal. So I felt like I was just subscribed to the black. Okay. I felt like I was just subscribed to the black metal box. So, and then like eventually like Melissa has sent me a message because the last one I did, I got only 2 CDs. I forgot already. I can't think of the top of my mind, but I have the lousy one right here. I did not enjoy this. It was just really watered down shit. And I vocally said it, and everybody who knows my channel knows how very vocal I am. I was like, that was terrible. So she told me, she's like, why don't you just try to change genre per genre? You know, you could do that. And I was like, oh, I thought, because I remember when you first did that, you had to basically like unsubscribe and resubscribe. And I didn't know it was just like real one quick click now. So I was like, oh, okay, you guys update. I didn't know. So the next box is going to be death metal. So I was like, I'm going to go more into something like death metal, see how that goes. Because I'm not getting that many death metal CDs from what it seems like. It's been nothing but black metal or like a metalcore band here and there. So, and no, nothing against metalcore. It's just metalcore is like, you know, is a very distinct taste I have to have for it. So it's like, I'm very picky with it. And I would like to try the vinyl box next, but it's like I need to get a record player first of all. I get the whole setup. I want an actual good one. That the cheapest one is gonna be like $500, and I'm kind of picky on which vinyl I'm gonna get. So leaving that to a gamble, I'm not ready for. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, everyone, I guess, suits the all metal option. I know I don't, because if I started getting like power metal and like a lot of doom, I'd probably be like, eh. So I am happy that there are like black metal and thrash metal and extreme metal options. So yeah, for anyone who's subscribing or planning on subscribing to the Metalhead box, there is options. There's like shirt size options, and then there's like genre options. So don't miss out on those, and make sure you want for sure. All right, so Trez, what boxes have you gotten in the past? And if you had to make a change or wanted to try something different, what boxes would that be?
Well, let's see. For now, I'm just used to have the one was for the standard tape and vinyl. Now I'm just getting because my other subscriptions just ran out. I forgot to resubscribe, and also every time I wanted to do it, I end up getting some. I forget if I I want to try that extreme box, which is pretty awesome. I think is a mixture between death metal and black metal, which is kind of cool. Because for the vinyl, I've chosen black metal, and the tape. I've been getting all kinds of stuff. Power metal, which I'm not too fond of. I mean, I just not for me too much. I
Yeah.
do like a couple of bands, but um, but I guess probably I would like to switch it up every now and then. So I'll probably pick thrash for vinyl. That would probably be awesome. Um, as far as anything else, I don't know. Maybe like besides the extreme box, which is black metal and death metal, I wish they would just include some subgenres in there, like maybe some heavier stuff, like death grind or slam, um, and also some war metal or something like that would be awesome. Um, but who knows? Maybe in the future they'll do some other thing, like I don't know, but. Um, I'm gonna try to resubscribe to the vinyl and the extreme box again, just to mix it up and get all kinds of crazy shit. Plus, I always get doubles of everything, so I end up giving stuff away, um, which I don't mind doing. If why have two of something? So, yep, that's about it.
All right. Thanks, Trez. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they do different genres in the future besides the current ones they have to be selected. Would be a cool option to see there if it was just like an umbrella genre you could get that would be like it's grind, but like you might get gore grind, death grind, grindcore, and like little offshoots. That would be cool to see for sure
Yeah,
for those who are more into like that kind of punk influenced metal stuff. That actually would be pretty neat too to see if they had a black and thrash one. So if you like first wave black metal, which is basically thrash with a little lo-fi, production thrown in, you could be like, oh, well, I want to get the black and thrash box, so you can get some thrash, black, get the both worlds, and which is similar to the extreme metal, which is black metal and death metal thrown in. I think another good of those who still want to get a CD or two, but also, well, it might already be like this, but I haven't got anything besides the CD option. But it'd be cool if you got like the vinyl one, but also included a couple CDs, or if you got the tape one, but also included. They do that already though, don't they?
yeah. Well, I've gotten the vinyl, and I've also gotten like a CD in there at one time. So they do at some points do switch it up, whether it be um, them not being able to like put certain items, every month in everywhere. I guess in the different boxes, but it's cool that they do include something, and and also understanding that it's really hard to do this month to month, getting all the like the little knickknacks, especially the autographs, getting the pins, which I'm happy to see them do now every month, which is it's pretty hard to do all that shit, especially again the autographs, just to try to get everybody on board, and hopefully it works out by the time every month. Especially bands being on tour overseas or whatever. Um, but that's the stuff that I think it's cool about the Metalhead box, and for someone that I think is perfect for someone that's trying to get into different music, to get different things every once in a while, get surprised, because you might get a CD or like, what the hell is this? Like, yeah, it could be from a different country and experiencing that, and you're blown away by their different influence, or maybe a different culture or whatever they just throw in there, and you're like, whoa, what the hell, man. So I think that's pretty awesome. But yeah, definitely love everything that they're doing. Like you guys probably mentioned too, you could change it up every once in a while if whatever tinkly, And sometimes you're like me, for some fucking reason, I like melodic death metal and fucking black metal during the winter, but I don't know, it's just at 85 degrees or 90 degrees with the humidity at max, listening to some raw black, it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
it's cool to have the metal wave, some random stuff to come your way, better than having new merch, and especially so
For sure. Someone actually made a good point in the chat here, that being Death-like Reviews and Casket Brain. They said if they had an option to choose a long sleeve shirt or hoodie option in the fall or winter months, I think that would be really neat too. Obviously, the long shirt or especially the hoodie option would probably be a little bit more of a pricier box. But if you, I think that would be a really cool option to see long sleeves or hoodies eventually make their way into like the options. Your box is probably going to be like a lot bigger, so it might cost a little bit in shipping too. But yeah, I think hoodies and long sleeves would be an interesting option to have in the future if the Metalhead box people are watching this and see that. There are a couple of people that are interested in that. So yeah, let's move on to Matt Cannibal. What are some boxes that you have gotten in the past, and money providing, what would you like to feature?
Well, the very first one I got, I think I just did death metal. I've just done the standard box the entire time I've been subscribed to it. And then after I got the first box, I didn't have the money for a few months, but then once I did, I subscribed for a whole year. And I think I was under all metal for the entire time. And I think if I had to change it, it'd probably be genre, either death metal or thrash metal. Or like if the Metalhead box was able to do something like the extreme metal one where it's death and black metal, I'd like to see a category where it's death and thrash metal. I think if I was able to change to a different box entirely, I think I would do the vinyl one, because I'm severely lacking in the vinyl in my collection, so it'd be cool to get some of those every month. Yeah, I'd like to see some other subgenres too. Like in particular, I'd like to see a brutal death metal subgenre as well. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of picky about that, but if it's done right, I'll definitely enjoy it. As for other things, I think I don't have many, and I don't wear them often, but I think if they had more white shirts, I know they just did that white Ueda shirt, but I'd like to see more white shirts in it. I think that'd be neat to switch it up, switch up the color. Now they also did a gray shirt too. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Emperor.
Yeah, that
Emperor.
one. But yeah, I think for the most part, like I don't want to see them change all that much. I think what they're doing now is pretty good. Now, if I don't like something, I could change it, whether it's genre or the type of box I get.
Nice. Yeah. I kind of agree with the shirt color thing, because Metalhead, you probably have like 20 or 30 black shirts already in your collection. So like, I mean, I'm not really a fan of white shirts because I've got kids and there's too many scenarios where that white shirt's just gonna get fucked right up. Like that's because you're gonna sweat all over that white shirt. So and you're not gonna be able to bleach that shit out. So yeah, I mean, if they did like dark green or dark blue or purple or like a dark magenta, different shirts like that, maybe to start off where it's not super bright shirts right away, because I know some of the people who got these gray and white shirts in their box weren't most impressed by it. Some were happy to get a different color other than black, but some were kind of like, I'm never gonna wear a white shirt, boo-hoo. So I'm thinking maybe just ease the subscribers into it with like darker shades of colors. So like I said, dark red, dark green with like a logo and artwork on it, and then just slowly start getting a little bit brighter.
I would be too bad either. That wouldn't be too bad either. I definitely would enjoy having like a dark red or a dark blue shirt. Most definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like if they had this option, like where you had to pick like your shirt size. Also, like obviously not every fucking color in the rainbow and shit, but at least a couple of shades of colors. Let's say blue, red, white, and black. Or well, black is universal, but so semi colors. That way they could just change it up, and then you'll get surprised because you'll get a let's say a black metal shirt in white, which like the maybe a red one will be pretty cool if they throw in every once in a while. That way you could change it up a little bit. If they had that little option just to choose like 3 colors, and then they'll just send them at random colors, that would be like, oh shit, this time I got a red one or something. That would be kind of cool. Or a green one. That would be fucking sick. Especially for thrash. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. It would also add to the mystery too. If it was just like you can have a black shirt or mystery color. It's like, oh, well, what mystery color am I gonna get? Like I can either choose the black alternative if you don't, or if you want to choose mystery color, like whatever color it is that time, like that'd be neat, and it'd also add to the mystery. Be like, oh fuck, what color am I gonna get?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, like for every band, they like change the colors. So for like some bands, like Cannibal Corpse, it could be like black and red. That'd probably be all the colors for Cannibal Corpse. And then like
black and red. Yeah.
For a band like Toxic Holocaust, maybe you have like black, yellow, green.
Yellow. Like oh yeah. That'd be nice. Also, if they did like some sort of horror type, because you always see this in metal. They always put like intros for like horror movies and stuff, just to like mesh those two obviously media together and put. Let's say you get a band, and then you get like a shirt for like a horror movie or a pin for a horror movie or something like that. That would be cool too, because obviously all metalheads, I haven't met one metalhead that doesn't like horror movies, so
Yeah, true. Someone in the comments actually made an interesting point. They said that maybe the bands that the Metalhead box have to deal with, maybe they also choose the color of the shirt that gets put out, true or not, but that's probably maybe another hurdle that the Metalhead box would have to jump when it comes to choosing the shirt colors.
From what I've heard, if you choose other colors besides black or white, is more expensive. That's what I've heard. So, you got to also remember they're still a small business, so that's probably why that's all they could afford.
Maybe. I'm going to let you on an inside information here, but the company that I go to for shirts, it doesn't really matter what color shirt you pick. It's more like what size you pick, and if you have a front print and a back print, it costs you more. Like Ugly Dog, I'm gonna give them a shout out. Ugly Dog is a local shirt printing company here in Oshawa, Ontario. And Ugly Dog, the guy Glenn, if you get like a different colored shirt, he's not going to charge you for that. The only thing he'll charge you extra for is if it goes above extra large, and so triple X and beyond, he has to go to a different company for those size shirts, and he does have to charge like an extra $1.50 or $2 or whatever, depending on how big the sizes are. So it's the sizes for one that definitely get charged more. The colors not so much, but like a front print and a back print. If you want a back print on top of having a front print, that'll also cost you more, because when you screen print something, that has to be an entirely new screen. So every time they have to make a new screen, that costs money. So it's like $50 per screen, basically, is how much I think Glenn charges. So I know if the Metalhead box does a front back print, if it has both, it'll probably be more. And if the sizes are high, that's when it starts costing more. I don't believe that the shirt color, at least not from the guy I go to, costs anything different. I don't know if they go through Glenn or not. They might have their own shirt printing company, but my guy, he doesn't charge for the color. But like Metal Mistress in the comments said, maybe the bands themselves a choice what their shirt color is going to be. So maybe that's something they have to consider.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe yeah. I would see like a band like Horna saying like, yeah, I want like well, who knows, you know.
I for sure cannot see Cannibal Corpse on a white T-shirt. I mean, they have like member virgin, so that's just gonna look like you did it.
Yeah, I can imagine them on a white shirt.
I think they do have like Butcher at Birth in white, I think, but yeah, you either go with black or red.
Yeah. Another thing I think would be cool for like a shirt is I got this shirt in the Metalhead box. I don't know however many months ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mashup design. This one's of a bunch of black metal stuff, but it'd be kind of cool to see something like that again, where it's like it's not one specific band, but it's like a shirt catered to one genre. So maybe they do something like that, but with death metal or thrash metal or something like that.
Yeah, maybe every once in a while, like an anniversary shirt or something, like the Metalhead box, and just throw all the stuff that they put out, especially Mark Rudolph's artwork in there, or you know, like they did. I think they did a Mark Riddick one at one point. I don't know what it was, but yeah, throw stuff like that out, like a good shirt like that, like that shirt was pretty nice. I think they did 2 shirts like that. But one was like for I think it was the Curry and Horrendous, I think, tour. They did a nice shirt with a collage of bands.
The 2017 Decibel tour.
Yeah, they're the
Creator,
Decibel
Obituary,
tour, yeah,
Midnight, and Horrendous.
Nice. Yeah, you go. Nice memory, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, something like that every once in a while, that definitely would be very appreciated.
I like the pillowcases. If they could get what's his name? If they could get like what's the one, Maxim Dakari, the one that does like the artwork with his blood. If they could put on a white pillowcase, that would be so awesome.
It looked like I fell asleep drunk and pissed on it. but yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That's great. I also wouldn't mind seeing, we're all kind of fans of the Metalhead box. I think at this point, them being 2 years in the business, I think it would be cool to see, maybe not include it in a box, but maybe have it on their site. So like big supporters of the box order shirts separately and have it included in their next box with the regularly scheduled shirt, I think that'd be cool. So Metalhead box shipping, make logo shirts available in your store online.
That'd be pretty neat.
So I'd buy one.
Yeah, seriously. Look at
Same here.
Look at all this. Obviously, the patch. We got the pin and all this other stuff. I mean, that's the one thing I think you already put extra shirt. You know, besides your that of the month, I guess. But include an extra shirt in there for the Metalhead box. But yeah, I can see that having like a Metalhead box store group just sell their merchandise, or you know, if they had, let's say they had a bunch of CDs and a bunch of like they made like the candle or the that cup for black coffee is Craig. Those left over, if they will sell them on their website. Yeah, that'll be cool. Maybe a Metalhead Box YouTube channel. That way they could hint new stuff and a little bit of news going on, and just show, let's say, YouTubers that do stuff, I guess, for the Metalhead Box, just put them all in one freaking channel, I guess, and just to show a little previews of the next month, and you know.
Funny that you mentioned that, Trez. I actually have talked to Melissa about that. She was planning on doing that and stuff, but she's too nervous on the camera, which I can't blame her.
Yeah, I've talked to her. I think she said this. I just didn't want to say because I didn't want to put no information about her out there. But since you said it, okay. But she has said that she gets really bad anxiety, basically.
Yeah. Actually, another idea.
Would be cool if they did. Found a way to do it, maybe. That'd be cool.
Another idea that they should put in the box is because I'm wearing it right now is one of these armbands. Because yeah, be interesting to see like either their logo on it or a band on it, you know.
Or beer cozies, Metalhead Box.
Yes. Thank you, Trez.
But it might help a certain, you know, someone that's, you know, stimulant. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They already have all the stuff out there. It's just, it's kind of hard to think of the stuff that they already have, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, they're doing a awesome job, especially I've been not fully 2 years. I guess I started a little bit late. Yeah, really good stuff. Doing it every, especially the autographs, like you had mentioned, like. Once I first opened boxes and I saw that autograph from Judas Priest, I'm like, holy shit. You know, because, you know, I have stated on Facebook, but I haven't said it, you know, on anything. If I were to hit the lotto at any certain, I have this massive mansion, one room just to play Painkiller from Judas Priest on a loop at full blast. People will come over the house and say, "What's behind this Priest room? You don't go in there." That's all it'll be playing. All that, 'cause I love Judas Priest. Once I saw that autograph, oh, whoa, that's so awesome that they got that in there, and yeah, especially with their autographs and the quality of content that they've been sending to people is just fucking awesome.
Actually, a great shirt idea because I just now thought about it. Why not do like a memorial shirt, you know? something let's say the lead singer from Death, or
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah.
or Nevermore's vocalist, which I actually honestly would love to have one of those, just to hang up. Forget about wearing it.
Yeah, Nevermore. Fuck yeah, I love Nevermore. But yeah, that would be good. Like, let's say that Mon box. You know, either it could be a little commemorative pin or something like that, or but yeah, a shirt and something like that would be
Hmm.
freaking awesome. Say, because you could get oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I would honestly I will bring it up with Melissa, see what she thinks, see what the team thinks, because actually having, you know, a memorial for World Dane and have like the bands he's been in would be pretty awesome. I mean, if some of you guys don't already know, I am still a huge fan of Nevermore. So
Yeah, I love Nevermore. Great,
Yeah,
great vocalist.
would be pretty good because I know there's a lot of people out there that have like a favorite metal band, but one of the members or a key member has died. And I know it'd be cool if there is like a tribute or a memorial shirt or something you could wear to support like your love for that band and or passed away, like like Dead from Mayhem. There could be like a memorial shirt for him or Chuck Golden Ear. Someone else said it'd be cool to see Metalhead box logo hats or beanies. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd
hmm
be neat to get like metal band logo hats in general, like either like trucker hats or some sort of snapback so it can size fits most type of hat. But yeah, that'd be neat because I've got way too many hats, more than probably ever wear in their lifetime, just sitting around. So I'm definitely a collector of hats myself. I want to get a hat that like has some because I don't have a hat that has any green yet. I got fucking every other color. So yeah, maybe you the Metalhead box team could make a I don't know a municipal waste hat or something like that that's got a green logo on it. Something that doesn't say
hmm
wasted because but you know.
Another idea, because I know a lot of people don't specifically favor this band, but it would be awesome. If not, I'll find a company that make one. It's basically have Dimebag Darrell and his brother Vinny on one shirt for a memorial.
Oh, I would so love that.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah, I love that. I
Oh, yeah,
love
me
that.
too.
Oh hell yeah.
I'd definitely buy two of them. Have one framed up and the other one to wear.
Yeah, that would definitely amazing. Knee and dime shirt. Yeah, that would definitely be awesome.
Another idea, I don't think they're going to do it because they did it once and they received a whole lot of backlash because it was kind of limited, is for them to do another box based off of like a tour. Because they did that one that we brought up earlier, the 2017 Decibel tour.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
they did that one, and it was met with backlash just because it was limited only to 4 bands for that box. You know, I'd love to see one for this year's Decibel tour, just because I think that's an amazing lineup. Seeing Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Necrot, and Blood Incantation all on the same night.
Yes,
It's gonna
yes,
make
the
it.
blood incantation.
I like them, but yeah, I can see why they wouldn't do that anymore. Just because, like I said, it's limited to only like 4 bands or 5 bands if it's on a tour. If they do one for like a festival, I think like that wouldn't be met with as much backlash if it's like a huge festival where you have like 60 or 70 different bands. But yeah, I also think it's hard for them to do that because for them to only put stuff in for 4 or 5 bands, I think that takes more effort than just being like getting I don't know how it's done, but like getting a shipment from like Black Market Metal Label or something where they have like however many different bands inside of a box and then just randomly putting it in. You know, they have to actually be like, we need this amount of CDs from this one band or something like that.
Yeah, that'll be pretty hard.
Yeah, it's an idea. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen because they did it once and people didn't really like it, but I still think it'd be cool.
I think they I remember they used to like include DVDs in which we got also a movie too, which was pretty cool. I think it was Deathgasm. I think it was. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, some DVDs maybe in there, but then again, you know, all depends.
I was actually pissed I never got that.
I think they had the Death documentary in a box too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I wasn't subscribed at that time, so I'm pissed I didn't get it. But Relapse Records still has some on their site, so I'll get it eventually.
Another good idea they should do. They should try out, but I don't know how money wise it would be. But have like band guitar picks.
Oh yeah. I'd love
Yeah, because they could probably, you know, they could have they could whatever, you know, pick size, you know, they play. Obviously the brand they play, because you know it makes sense. If whatever artist is doing that, if they could just include the pick, you know, obviously have the logo or have it signed, or you know, but that would be cool just to include with their autograph. Nice touch too, but you know, because I know that bands that go on tour, especially if when they throw out their picks and stuff, they already have bands, so you know it would make sense to include that with their autographs. So especially if this is a guitarist or something, them including like a drumstick or because I'm a drummer too, so you know.
Would be cool though. It would definitely be cool though.
But, yeah. But guitar picks, you see that.
So what you're saying is you'd want more memorabilia.
Basically, it would be nice, you know, but see how it plays out.
Yeah, because I think they're. I mean, like again, you know, getting all these artists to do something and sent out on time, you know, month to month is hard enough. But I think they're doing a good job as it is. But picks will be a good thing to add in there.
True. Well, I think that's pretty much all we've covered for Metalhead Box, or that we can cover. Do we want to now take the last stream to talk about some of like our dream tours, or some bands that we'd like to see tour in the future?
Include like past and present. Yeah, obviously musicians that are no longer with us, let's say, or classic lineups, to see them now, because maybe we weren't born around that time, and just to see them now, or to see them with say Cannibal Corpse and I don't know, like together on one tour. That'd be nice, I guess.
I gotta get going already, but it was nice chatting with y'all. Hopefully, I think I'm off next Sunday. I'm not sure, but it's very rare that I get weekends off because I work in retail. So yeah, so let's see if I'm off next Sunday. I think I am. So it was nice chatting with you guys. Hopefully I get to do this soon. Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, thanks, Jack.
Hang on.
All right, so yeah,
I just gotta pee.
So yeah, you can include bands that are no longer around, or have like Dead or whatever, just whatever bands you'd like to see play near your area in the future, or could resurrect or whatever. Go ahead.
To be honest with you, I would definitely love to see Death live, big time, because
Yeah.
it was that one band that clicked with me in death metal. I mean, if you guys don't already know, I already have 2 death patches, and I actually have a death pen I need to put on my jacket still. Too lazy because I work too much. Nevermore. I would love to see them tour with Death, big time. Kind of a mixture. What other bands? Definitely Carnal Decay, big time. And I'm trying to mix up genres here. Definitely one of my favorite melodic death metal bands. Well, one of them. Definitely Rise to Fall and Horror Bethlehem. Like, that would be a unique tour, ranging from heavy metal to death metal, brutal death metal, and stuff like that. Be an interesting lineup, actually, if you ask me.
Definitely sounds like you got quite a decent variety there. Solid bands for sure. I mean, it sucks that Chuck's no longer with us. I would have loved to see Death at least once in a lifetime live. Question though, if Death got a new /guitarist, would you still be interested in that kind of thing, or do you want them to just kind of stay like now that Chuck's no longer with them?
It would depend on the vocalist. For example, when I used to listen to deathcore, I'm actually gonna put this in there. I was a big fan of Mitch Lucker's vocals. When Eddie got in the band, I moved away from deathcore. So it really would depend on the vocalist. Like Static X, they have a similar a guy that sounds just like Wayne Static. I would be interested in hearing the next album. So it's a 50-50, big time. Nevermore, I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Nevermore is that one band. If you put another lead singer in there, the band's done. Because first thing everyone asks me, when you hear Nevermore, the first thing you hear is Warland Dane, his vocals.
Yeah, he's very. It's like hearing Overkill with a new singer.
Right.
Yeah, it just doesn't mesh, I guess.
One of my favorite songs, actually, from Nevermore is, and what was it? Emptiness Obstruction, or Obstructive, or something around there. It was off of oh, I can't even think of the album name now. It was the album that had Moonrise on it and stuff. But yeah, I would love to see how if it was to happen.
Definitely some good bands there for sure. I would definitely like to see, like I said, Death. Hopefully, if they ever did get a new vocalist /guitarist to take over Chuck's position, it would be someone who is equally as, and hopefully someone that could bring that monstrous voice to the table as well. Maybe not sound super identical. I mean, if they could, that'd be awesome. But maybe someone that could just bring that level of uniqueness and talent to the band that maybe be acceptable if they reunite. Yeah, the old school, Death lineup would be amazing to see live for sure, man. So cheers to that.
Yeah, I know who could probably maybe fit the bill. Maybe I've seen a Death song played live, and this was Decrepit Birth doing Crystal Mountain live, and it sounds amazing. Obviously, the vocals is a little bit harsher than being Decrepit Birth, but the person that I could see probably doing it and semi getting away with it would be Skeletal Remains vocalist. It's not the same, but
Definitely.
but he has that little raspy harshness to his vocals that I think that will sound, especially seeing that Decrepit Birth has played Death songs live and they could do it. The guitars is just amazing too. It's cover-ish band that to do some continuation of Death, that would be cool.
Yeah, I could definitely. That would be actually unique to hear, big time.
Well, isn't gruesome basically like a
Yeah, pretty
death
much.
worship band?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I know they get a lot of slack for that too, but at the same time, you know, I don't sometimes get that because you know I would love to see like a band like let's say on every street corner if I could. Um, you know, to me, the more the merrier. But at the same time, I think that's what they're complaining about. That it sounds, oh, you know, it's just a clone of this or whatever. But you know, if it's done right and gruesome is, I don't see the problem with it. You know,
Honest,
once you make a band, you know, if you decide to make a band, I was the first band that I was in. I only did covers, and we only did covers because we liked the bands that you know we loved. So we only did covers for them. Obviously, we were trying to pay homage to those bands, like Gruesome is. You know, love Death. They love that style. That's all they love, and I don't see a with that. So, like to me, there's
True. Trez, one of the viewers here, Max Campo, he says to me, "Are you going to do a top 10 grindcore band vid sometime?" I told him that I probably have to get back into grindcore, like really deep again, and like really be obsessed with it again to do a proper video on it. But I know pretty big into grindcore. Do you think you would ever do a top 10 grindcore band video? Maybe to satiate
like,
Max's.
yeah, like of all time or just
Um,
like newer bands or a mixture. Probably do a mixture because that would definitely be a topic that I'm familiar with. So yeah, definitely love to do that. Especially that I you know one of my best friends pretty much grew up play guitar. We were in the first band that I was ever in. Was with this you know back in El Salvador and shit. And and he was in a band called Maruta from Florida, relocated to California, which there were records. But yeah, man, grindcore to the fuck, and very proud of. So yeah, I definitely some grindcore.
all right, cool.
So
So there you go, Max.
oh yeah,
Max Trez might do a top 10 grindcore video in his preferred grindcore bands. So Trez, I guess we'll move on to you when it comes to touring. What bands, if you could either have them tour near you in your state or whatever, or could resurrect any band to see again, what bands would you love to see? What would be your dream tours?
my dream tours. Let's see, to be if we're talking about like a little bit old schoolish, I would love to see Hypocrisy and Sinister tour, especially Diabolical Summonings. You know, it's um, a School of Obscenum era from hip hop. I would love to see that if I could back in the day. As far as now, this if it was melodic death metal, I would love to see Scar Cemetery and also what's this band? Cybreed play together.
Yeah.
Also, the tour that because I was talking about this today with her. She was I'm looking at her right. To Die For, which is a really good band. Typo Negative, it's an awesome Pain. Hypocrisy, vocal. Cybreed. Well, I read. So I work. I just Solution
Oh
45.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Now you're starting to make
So
my
yeah.
pants now.
So that would be awesome to see. But as far as my whole bitching and whining is concerned, I would love to see, like they say before, which is full of shit. To me, it'll be the big seven, or have to include Exodus, Testament, uh, Dark Angel, plethora of thrash bands. I love to see, obviously, Anthrax, Megadeth, Testament, Overkill, Exodus, and I think I'm missing one. Dark Angel or Death Angel. Either one. But yeah, those would be definitely a tour though. The big dish thrash bands. The big eight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they'd be pretty. Definitely would agree with a lot of the thrash stuff. I'd probably be down to see like pretty much any of the bigger thrash, but obviously Toxic Holocaust would be one that I'd have to see live for sure. I'd be down to see like if Joel Grind decided to do a Yellow Goat tour. That'd be amazing. So let's actually move on to now. Matt, some bands that you'd love to see tour in your area, whether it be bands that are around today or that were past that you could magically resurrect if you could. What would be your dream tours?
Death for sure. They're definitely one of my favorite death metal bands. And like we brought up earlier, 50-50, if they were ever to come back with a different vocalist, which definitely won't ever happen, Skeletal Remains vocalist would definitely be high up there as someone who could fill in for Chuck. I'd like to see Cannibal Corpse in the early days when they had Chris Barnes still in the band. Obviously with his vocal talent then, not now because he's not great now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Metallica before And Justice for All. I think they'd
Nice.
I didn't really like them much after Injustice for All. I like the Black Album, which a lot of people don't like, but it's whatever. I think that was when Metallica was their best, their first three albums, I think. A tour that I'd really like to see, and this is going to show how many different genres I listen to. Green Day, Cannibal Corpse, Death, and Pale Waves, which would be the most ridiculous tour to ever happen because Pale Waves is a pop band, and then Green Day is, of course, punk, pop punk, whatever you want to call them. And then, of course, Cannibal Corpse and Death being death metal. So that would be a ridiculous tour to see. I think I'd like to see like any band that's been around for a really long time, like since the 80s or even 90s or something. I'd like to see them like in the early years, just to see like how their energy was in their small shows, because you can watch some of them on like YouTube or documentaries or even concert videos from that time, but that energy doesn't really transfer over to how they are now.
That is true. That is true.
Like Creator's one of my favorite thrash metal bands. I'd love to see him when like Pleasure to Kill first came out or something like that.
That'd be insane.
I'd like to see Pantera, Dimebag, and Vinnie Paul in it. Obviously.
My wife saw them twice. Yeah, all
Nice.
together. Giving her the death eyes because I never got to.
I'd like to see Judas Priest with their original lineup with KK Downing and Glenn Tipton back in it.
I just said that you got to see Pantera. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Just like I said, I'd like to see like all the bands that have been around for a really long time. I'd like to see them when they're relatively new. Especially a band like Metallica, you know, to see them in a club playing new songs, like Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets for the first time. That'd be pretty cool.
And so, yeah.
Put in another band because sorry, Jesse, for interrupting you. Another band to put in there only because I brought it up earlier. Just to throw it in with the mixed genre of bands I like to go see. It would be awesome if there was some way to bring Mitch Lucker back from the dead and take back Suicide Silence. I would go see that fucking show.
Yeah,
I don't care if I have to pay $300. I will go see them.
Yeah, me too, man. Because, you know, you were saying earlier, I'm just like you. Like when Eddie Hermida joined the band, You Can't Stop Me was all right, but it couldn't touch their first 3 albums. And then their self-titled, it really started fucking up the band. You know, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, definitely. That would be an interesting band to go see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over after the Black Crown.
Yeah, the Black Crown was a unique album. It's actually I listened to that album and I went backwards.
Okay, because I'm not too familiar with the deathcore, I guess. Obviously, I know Suicide Silence and stuff like that. After he died, you know, and shit. That Black Crown, is that would be I'm not too familiar with it. Not just saying black and Black Crown, but how is that out to earlier stuff? Again, I'm not familiar with too much.
Um,
What was he still in it?
yeah, that was his
Or
very
no?
last album. And I know I'm correct on this. He died because he crashed his bike in a pole while he was drunk, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one of the songs I really favored from the Black Crown was the song "You Only Live Once," and that had more meaning than anything else out of that whole album.
Yep. Definitely. I forget the name of the title. You might know it. The song they did with Jonathan Davis. You know, to me that had a lot of meaning because you know I've dealt with people. That song's about addiction, and I've dealt with the people who are addicted to stuff before. And Jonathan, I don't think he added too much to the song though. Like it was all right, but you know, I don't think his appearance added anything special. I remember being drawn to that song just because he was in it though.
Right. I'm trying to think of the song actually myself. Witness the Addiction. That's what it was called.
Yeah, that's it. Weird thing is though, I got started on Suicide Silence with those 2 songs, Witness the Addiction and then You Only Live Once. And then I ended up buying their first album. Like I just completely skipped buying the Black Crown. I still don't have it in my collection. I just went straight for the Cleansing. Which that's my favorite album by them, definitely.
Right.
I only mentioned the Black Crown because I only have 2 albums from the first album, the collector's edition or digipack. It was a CD box set of the Black Crown, like a little pin or something.
Mm.
It was, but yeah, I still have it there. But again, the introduction with uh, deathcore, obviously them. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool because I like the riffs
Mm.
and everything. I did buy Black Crown. I was like, oh wow, okay, I totally forgot about this band. That was pretty cool. I still have it. You know, like was really good. Um,
Yeah, sad that Suicide Silence is actually forever dead.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, if everyone likes Eddie in the band, that's your opinion, but I have to stick with mine. Silence died after Mitch Lucker passed away.
I think kind of to reword what you just said, Suicide Silence died with Mitch Lucker.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They had the memorial show where they had all those different singers each song, but after that, that was it.
I think there's certain bands that after a member dies, that continuing without them is like a totally different band. I know there are fans like my wife, like the vocalist from Drowning Pool, and that's the only reason why I know her. And after he died, and she was like, nope.
I gotta agree with
that's
that.
to each their own. To their own, but I do get that when members pass away or they're no longer with that band, influential, and then I'm like, yeah, I have to I don't know, it's not for me. That you're keep on going with it. As a band, you should sort of way, but as a fan, I don't know. So I do understand that about Suicide Silence.
I think he was basically the icon of deathcore, the biggest icon at that.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
I used to actually have a memorial shirt for Mitch Lucker. I gave it to somebody because it was kind of hard to look at it, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I remember that design. I mean, I never had the shirt or anything, but that design I don't think was that great.
No, but it was still just a memorial shirt. That's all it was.
Yep.
All right, well, we got 5 minutes left. I guess I'll talk a little bit about some tours I wouldn't mind seeing. What you guys were talking about would be pretty cool, though, to see like Suicide Silence with Mitch Lucker in it. Maybe the like the original kind of 3 albums in Whitechapel on that tour would be cool as well. Seeing the original Drowning Pool and maybe the original Edema open new metal and deathcore kind of mix with each other pretty good. At least I think they do. I like that it has some new metal influences and vice versa. So that'd be cool to see like Drowning Pool, the original Drowning Pool that is, and Edema, and then Whitechapel, and then end with like Mitch Lucker era Suicide Silence. That'd be a hell of a tour. But I also wouldn't mind seeing some of like the early death and thrash bands do a tour. So like Massacre with the From Beyond, with Death, and then maybe with like Entombed playing with them as well. Sweet to see. I also have never seen Alice Cooper play yet. I've seen Ozzy with Black Sabbath back when they were touring the tour, but I never got to see Alice Cooper yet. And Alice Cooper is kind of what sort of got me into metal, like at the very beginning. See Alice Cooper fucking dude dies. I wouldn't mind seeing Metallica. I'd be like back when they're releasing like the first 3 albums, or even now, but I can't see me paying like $300 or $400 that. But I wouldn't mind seeing them live once. Just basically on maybe like literally any black metal band that's worth a piss, because Canada doesn't really have shows, and when they do, they get fucking boycotted by Antifa, and they get fucked over, and they screw over the venue for them showing up. So, like, I'd like to see Graveland or Inquisition or you know Watain play over here, but they'll never get a chance because fucking Antifa will blackmail the fucking venue and like threaten to cause violence and destroy the venue if they let, you know, bands like that play here. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing any, you know, decent named black metal band play over here. If I could have gone to fucking Norway to see Dark Throne play one of their only like 3 shows that they ever played, would be neat. I wouldn't mind seeing Old Funeral play back in the day. That'd be cool, because that was the band that Varg were originally in before Burzum and Immortal. So seeing an Old Funeral show would have been sick. Seeing an old school Mayhem show with Dead in it would be nice. Like, would have been nice.
Yeah, to add to your points, the Turk on Mother North era. Hell yeah. Oof.
Like early Satyricon would be sweet too. Like back just after they released, the Nemesis Divina album would have been sweet. Just to hear any of their Dark Medieval Times, Shadow, whatever, the Shadow album, and yeah, Nemesis Divina would be sweet. Like Blizzard Beasts era, Immortal Alive. Take nice would be nice to see live as well. And still, just any fucking decent black metal band, nice to see you, man. Like we shit. So, other than that, I guess to end the show, I think like any brutal death metal or slam band, enough sick to see over here. Like anything like gutrectomy or disfigurement of flesh or maximized bestiality, fucking cephalotripsy, sick to see if, like, holy shit, could you imagine cephalotripsy live?
Hell yeah,
man.
Okay.
But
the most
that's about it. Go ahead.
What?
I said you were gonna say something, Trez.
No, the most I got to see cephalotripsy was the vocalist singing in Disgorge, which was the closest I got to see cephalotripsy. So yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, that's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you everyone for coming and watching Sinister Sunday number 18. Hopefully we can make it to 20 in the next couple of weeks. It'd be awesome to see 20 episodes of Sinister Sunday happen. It's been great. come join us. Thank you to the Rebellion panel as well for showing up pretty much every week and coming on and metal with me. Really awesome of you guys. So with that being said, go subscribe to Lord Husk from Lord Husk's Evil Empire, to Trez from Total Metal Rejection, Matt from Green Iron Cannibal, and Jax, who was with us briefly from Jaxby the Ripper. Definitely make sure you go check all these guys' channels. Make sure you give them some love and support, because that's what the Rebellion family is all about. And thank you to the live chat for talking to us, throwing in your opinions, and being involved too. Means the world to me. That's it for Sinister Sunday. Hope you guys had a great night, and take care of yourselves. We'll see you next Sunday. Cheers.